Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing something a bit different. With year 5 of Destiny 2 coming to a close with the end of the season coming to pass, I thought I'd do a little tier list of what we had for year 5, up from the DLC to now Season of the Seraph. I'm going to be basing this rough off my opinion. So if you have a different opinion, you can put it in the comments and whatever. But I'm going to be basing this off the story, how fun it was. More of the story in my opinion, because that's what I normally cover on my channel. So I'll get off the bat. I've put first, second, third, fourth, fifth. This doesn't mean I necessarily don't like any of them. It just means I like some more than others. Because I liked all the seasons and content, but some of them just didn't hit the same as others. So, and we're going from 5th to 1st in descending order. Oh god. Are we going from 5th to 1st in ascending order? Some of these might not surprise you, but I just thought I meant to do this. So, with 5th place, I'm putting Season of the Plunder. Again, it's not I didn't like it. I liked the whole dynamic with Mithrax and his past and Aramis coming back, but compared to the other seasons, actually, I think I want to revise my thing. I'm going to switch it for Season of the Risen. See, similar reason why I put Season of Plunder there is it was good. I liked the Lassina was back, Kaito was there, and we got some dynamic with Crow again, and Saladin becoming a general for Kaito. It was all great stuff, but it ended quite fast due to it being him releasing at the same time as Witch Queen. So it didn't really get much to evolve because it was kind of in the shadow of Witch Queen itself. And the story was kind of just, it's, in my opinion, in terms of the others, it's there. It's not, it does good, but it doesn't do anything special. So yeah. Overall, I think 5th is probably the best place for it. I was going to put it in 4th, but then I realized I should probably swap them around because, like I said, the main decider for here is it just ended really short. Like, it was only 4 weeks long, while most of the other seasons were like, they're normally 7 or 8 weeks long. So it kind of just begun, and then for me at very least, it begun and then it felt like it just ended. So that's where I'm putting that. Now, not surprising, I'm putting Season of the Plunder, which I put in 5th, into 4th because I just said I'm going to swap around. So yeah, when I was going to put Season of the Risen there, was because I liked it a lot, but it was just a bit better of Season of the Plunder. But one thing I will revise though is Season of the Plunder did have a full, roughly 8 weeks, I believe, of story, so it had more time to stretch. And another small thing as well is I do like the kind of contrasting viewpoints of the Elixir, where there's Mithrax and Ido who have this kind of the same kind of view, but they have different reasons for that view. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, Ido believes her view because they live in an age where they don't have to be enemies with the light, and they don't have to be the pirates they were when they came to Sol. And Mithrax, because he knows what it's like to be a pirate and what he has done, and he kind of lives in grief for that, I suppose. And then there's Aramis on the contradictory side, where she believes that there's still pirates, there's still cutthroats, they still need to be in this kind of survivalist way to survive and stick around and not be extinct. Which I think is kind of cool to see. And also getting the Drifter back this that season was quite nice. Wish was a bit more of him. That was quite nice. Other than that, it was quite nice seeing what's his face? Osiris being brought back. Oh, there was also some Saint 14 stuff there, although he was not the main focus. He kind of just had a couple of dialogue here and there. It was nice to see that Mithrax was able to help Osiris get out of his slumber, though we don't know if that had any lingering effects on him, because it did look like it was pretty dodgy stuff, and I still don't trust that that tea they gave Osiris. But time will tell on if we can trust that, or that's just me being, well, me. So, with third place now, I'm putting Season of the Seraph. Odd, considering it's only the third week has just only come out, and I've already put it above 5th and 4th. It's in 3rd. And the reasoning for that is because I have experience. I like it. I've always been a sucker for the Rasputin side of things. Clovis Bray, which we haven't received, Clovis Bray and Elsie Bray, the Extra Strange we haven't seen since Beyond Light, so it's been a hot minute. They're back, so that's an interesting concept because it's got all three, the Anna Bray, Elsie Bray, and Clovis Bray, so it's very interesting, tightly packed situation. There's just so many people in it as well. There's Mara Sov, there's Osiris. I believe there was there's Eramis in there as well, though not as prominent as the last season of the Plunder. She is there because in the new mission she mentions about Pylax, and then she's also in the recent voice messages where Mara is talking to Eramis. So it's really nice. I do like the kind of the premise of it. And I have got future knowledge because I've seen the Diamond cutscene that Clovis Bray can't be trusted, but I'm not going to spoil that unless you watch that for yourself. And also the dungeon I really liked as well. I'm sure than obviously the last one, but I liked it a lot. I liked the mission, I liked the dungeon, and I'm liking the story so far. The only reason I'm putting it in 3rd and not, like, say, 2nd or 1st is, it's, like I said, it's only been 3 weeks of it so far, and it's still, and it looks like it's going to be going for like 7 or 8 weeks. So there's still time for it to be not as good. But with further ado, we're now into the last 2. Now, this one may be surprising, but I've actually put Witch Queen in 2nd. Now listen, this is not because I like it less than, say, Season of Haunted. There's some things of Season of Haunted that I kind of like more. Witch Queen, though, has done nothing wrong. It had a great campaign. I loved playing the Legendary campaign. That was probably one of the best experiences I've had in Destiny. The missions, like what was it, like the Offenses, I'm pretty sure, which is the Wellspring, which I like. It changes weekly with 4 different bosses. Then there's the 2 new strikes, which one of my biggest complaints with the DLCs is there's gonna be like one, like DLC, like so one strike. It came with 2. Granted, that's not much more, but it's still an improvement. The raid, I haven't completed it, sorry to say, but what I have seen of it on YouTube and what I've played for myself is great. I love Finch as a character. It's an interesting dynamic to see the ghosts choose the Hive over humanity, and how the Witch Queen was able to convince the Traveler into reviving her, and in the aftermath as well, you get to see her kind of be on the side of the light. Not saying the side of humanity, because she never really was. But when the original collapse happened, she was roughly the reason why the collapse, like the Witness failed the first collapse, which is a very interesting prospect. And I just really liked all of it. And obviously it has the advantage of being a DLC, so look a lot more in depth, got a lot more weapons of lore, got a raid, it got missions, it got loads of things. But it was just picked by Season of the Haunted in first place. Now, it is just a season, I know, so it kind of has that disadvantage. But in those, like 7, I believe, weeks, I believe it was 7 weeks, maybe, no, it was 7 weeks, because I remember it was there was a ghost and then the memory every single time. So in those compact 7 weeks, We got so much. We got so much between backstory, grief, like what's it called? The not rejection, but like grief, anger, like regret. It's just like I like all that, and I like the prospect of there's not just the nightmares, but there's the memories which are blue. And this is something I kind of saw in Witch Queen. Just to talk about there was when we went into the memory realm, it was blue, and I always did say it looked a bit like in Shadowkeep when you went to the nightmare boss fights. There was the red floor, but when I was in that realm, it was blue. I was like, ooh, that's interesting. Of course, then I like how they actually applied that for Season of the Haunted, where it was just because that's the memory aspect of this nightmares. Nightmares red, blue is memory. I like that. And I just really like the prospect of having Callus back, because it's been a while since we had Callus. We got Callus back, we got the Leviathan back, a whole technically a new location in a season, may I add, which is nuts, because we haven't really had a new location within a season. Granted, it was much more smaller and it wasn't really a proper location, like say Mars, like the Throne World or Europa or the Moon. But it's still cool to actually go there and actually see how the Leviathan has evolved since we last saw it, and how we actually get to talk with Callus with a bit more context than before, where he was saying there's something beyond the light that's so and so, but now we actually get to understand his motives. And at the end, that final boss fight with Callus, with Kyle at your side, and having their memories with you, having their final bits of dialogue. And that last cutscene where Kaito's like on her knees defeated, and she's like, my father's given himself complete to the witness, which was really sad. But then it cut to the scenes where it was the crow staring at Aldrin, who Aldrin was smiling at the crow, like kind of like almost in kind of an approving way, which I think was really good for him. And then what's called Zavala got his final goodbye with, I can't remember her name for the life of me, but his love, which was quite finalizing. And then Gold didn't really get finishing off, but to be fair, he was kind of we didn't have much of a connection to him. So we have a connection to the girlfriend, but that was kind of more of a desperate connection between Zavala and her, so that kind of made sense. And this, the final shot, which I used for the thumbnail of my video for that, was just perfect. Just the blue kind of specks, the memories. And I've never felt more complacent with an ending for a season or a DLC. Closest being would be Witch Queen, funny enough, but I just felt like that was a good ending. Not a good ending, say like, ooh, everyone won, but like an ending that felt satisfying for the season. One person gripe is, okay, Callus is now gone and his upcoming will be delayed. When we know when that's happening, it's in Lightfall. Whether we defeat him there, I don't know. But yeah, so this is my list for the seasons of Year 5 of Destiny 2. With 5th being Season of the Risen, 4th Season of the Plunder, 3rd being Season of the Seraph, 2nd being Witch Queen, the DLC, and 1st being Season of the Haunted. I mean, I can't stress how much I loved Season of the Haunted. Granted, there was some times where it was a bit iffy with the whole killing 50 champions. That wasn't fun. But yeah, by far, I would say it's first. Just because you get so much within a season. I didn't even talk about the dungeon. Definitely my favourite dungeon, Duality. Where you get to fight like Mini Gowran. You get to carry those things around from the old Leviathan raid. So you can defeat those 3 bosses and open that door. And then you fight Keitel, which I think is a great way for us to fight Keitel without saying, oh, she's evil now. Because at this point, she's a fairly like rooted ally. So yeah, first place for Season of the Haunted, clear in my head. Anyway, I'm going to save that. I'm going to end this here. If you liked this video, hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Goodbye for now. Bye.